Hey guys, Bridget here. In this video I'm going to show how you can create these connector lines which are going to be interactive just like in FigJam within a Figma file. Now, as you know, usually the way that you would create a arrow line is to go over here and create an arrow, and that works fine when it comes to basic arrows, but one step above that is to actually use the pen tool and go ahead and create these connector lines. And the way that this works is you essentially create this line, then add a little bit of thickness so that we actually see it, and then you can add a arrow at the very end. Now, one of the most common problems though is that you have these rough edges, in the sense that they're not smoothed out, but you can simply double click on the line just like I did. So simply double click, select the edges, and then you can round them up, and this is going to be helpful. And I usually use the pen tool whenever I need to basically outline in a very specific way the flow, but there's actually an even better way these days, which I recently found out, and that is you can literally go on FigJam, create one of these connector lines, which by the way you can easily create by simply creating these two elements, and you can create a connection line, or even directly from here utilizing the arrow tool. But essentially the way that this works is you have this connection line, which as you can see, it's going to move and you can adjust it based on where the element are going to be positioned respectively. And you can simply copy it from here, and if I paste it, you're now going to see that we have a live connector line. So there's this one more approach which is going to come in very handy. So you can easily just create elements, and then you have these connector lines which you can arrange pretty much how you want and adjust them accordingly. Now, these days I found myself using, for the very most part, these ones, but again, keep in mind also the other option, which is the pen tool, because sometimes it's going to be harder to create like very specific paths. So that's why I wanted to show you this this first version. Like if you need to create stuff like this, where I mean it's definitely not going to be connections that you're going to make on a daily basis, but if you ever need elements like this, it's good to know, and keep in mind that this option is indeed available. So this is pretty much it when it comes to this mini masterclass on how to create connector lines. And I want to remind you that I recently launched a Figma course, which you can check out on my website. It's over 9 hours of content that is going to bring you from beginner to expert in no time. So feel free to check it out, and I also have hundreds of free videos on Figma on my YouTube channel, so both options are available. Cheers.